All right. Amazing people. Are you excited at this incredible time in history? There is so much good stuff happening right now. And today, I want to share a couple of keys to move beyond this 3D matrix net that has been set up to just keep us trapped. And you know, the best part about it is that you can actually have fun doing it, even if you feel stuck or in fear or doubt or in lack or just having a difficult time right now. So this is a live Q&A. And if anybody has any questions as I do this, I usually do a half hour to 90 minutes, or actually an hour to an hour and a half. And I'm going to begin to make some of my videos, half of them, really short. So you don't have to spend an hour watching them. You can go to the YouTube channel if you want to watch the other hundreds of hours of videos and really dive into these tools deeper, or you can reach out to me if you want to do the 30-day journey. So today I'm going to talk about two of the most important keys to really moving beyond the 3D matrix. And so what the deal is we must train ourselves to be the conscious observer. The majority of people are running around, unfortunately, and they're automatic reactors. And this is the way that the 3D matrix is set up to keep people in resistance, in low vibration, in judgment, fear, doubt, all advertisements, everything on the media, if any of you are still watching that. In most of the movies, it's subliminal programming. It's fear-based. It's low vibrational. Republican versus Democrat. White Lives Matter. Everything is set up to keep people separated. And when you finally figure out, or at least if you're open to the fact that there are no others, there are no others. Everyone is you. It's a mirror. It's a hologram. And when my teacher, Don Miguel Ruiz, first told me this in 2001, I was like, what? Everybody's me? You mean even the bad people? Pedophiles and murderers and rapists? And he's like, it's part of the collective. And they're all your teachers. And if you judge them, you're going to attract more of those scenarios, relationships, events into your reality, because as I share in my book and course, we're walking, vibrating human magnets in every moment. And every one of these trillions of cells that's in our body that's consciously aware, it's a magnetic field. So every time somebody is an automatic reactor, and I used to be a judgeaholic, man. I was taught to be a judgeaholic in Catholic school growing up. I was in the Catholic Church. Nothing against if you're into religion or whatever, but everyone that I've found pretty much gets you to give your power away to an external God instead of realizing you're God. There's no separation. You came down here to have a blast. And more importantly, you came down here at this time, if you're tuning into this transmission, to be part of the greatest shift in recorded human history. Hey, Sarah. Hey, B. Hey, I'll get to your question in a second. And thank you for asking it, because it opens up a lot for other people. So thank you. And I'll get to that in just a couple minutes. So when we talk about our vibration and our focus, it's creating our reality. So our thoughts, our words, and our point of attention and the vibration that we hold, along with our imagination, that's what's creating everything that shows up in our life. And if you test it, you will see that it's true. In the beginning, you might be, I've read all the books, Think and Grow Rich, The Law of One, and it's not working for me. I understand. I bought all the top books. I did the EFT tapping, money comes to me easily enough. I did all that stuff, and it wasn't working, because out of all the seminars and books that I read, none of them taught me how to go in and do these two pieces. There's actually three pieces, and I've covered that in my other video. But these are the first two important pieces. And the first one is inner healing. You must do it. because you can learn all the techniques and all the right things to say as a spiritual light worker and awake being and everything. And if you have not cleared the childhood trauma, limiting beliefs, or, I'm journeying with a few people right now, and interestingly enough, they all have the unworthiness thing going for them. And they're all super aware, intelligent, highly gifted people. And yet, for some reason, they don't feel worthy. That happened when they were a child. It was something that happened to them, or something that their parents said to them, or something that happened in school. The bottom line is, the only way to heal is to catch your triggers. And here's a really easy way to see if there's anything to heal. You can basically ask yourself, do I have anyone to forgive in my life, including myself? Because we can tend to really be hard on ourselves and hold a lot of self-judgment against ourselves. I used to, big time. It's why I almost checked out a few times, because I'm a huge-hearted person. But the programming of what I was taught in Catholic school, and the judgment and the doubt and the less than stuff, it was huge. And that's what the 3D matrix runs all the time. That's their program. But the great news is it's all being exposed. The net that was over the earth has been removed. And whether you believe that or not, just trust. And you don't even need to know things like, is the earth flat or round? I've watched documentaries on both. I don't really know. And the great news is it doesn't really matter, because I'm creating my reality every single morning and throughout the day by tuning into my frequency, by raising my awareness, by loving on every one of these trillions of cells in my body, and through focus, through gratitude. I've trained myself to find every single thing to be grateful for every day. I talk to the trees, the animals, everything. And it's not because I'm so great and because I'm so advanced. I had to practice this stuff. Hey, Samantha. Hey, Luis. But when you begin to practice this, you're going to see you've only got two options. You either stay stuck in judgment, resentment, lack, doubt, fear, or whatever, or you go, okay, let me try these tools out for 30 days. Let me start to track my frequency. Let me start to catch myself every time I have, hey, Asta, every time I have a judgment, every time I have a doubt, every time I have a resentment towards somebody else, even the government. You can see what they're doing, and it's easy to go, I'm going to fight them, or I hate them, or whatever. Hate is the lowest frequency ever. That's what they want you to do. If you hate the government or anybody else, they win automatically, because your frequency is down here. It's the lowest vibration, and you stay stuck thinking that you're justified and you're better and you're triggered. And the untrained ego feeds off of judgment and resentments and all these low vibrational triggers. So that's how they've been able to keep people trapped in the 3D matrix, recycling lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, over and over and over. And the great news is it's over. The light is already won. We are here. The new timelines are already here. There is no such thing as the future. So here's the key. You begin to consciously and intentionally create your reality every single day. And you begin to track your frequency and your judgments and your thoughts. And when you're feeling low, when your vibration is low, you can feel it. So what do? You stop and you smile first off and go, okay, here's something to clear or heal. You thank it. You don't get more frustrated. At first, you might get frustrated. I still get triggered once in a while. I don't get triggered at other people. It's usually when I'm by myself and I'm on the computer and I got 50 tabs open and I'm multitasking and I'm just pushing. And then, something happens and I get triggered, and it's like, it's my higher self tapping me on the shoulder going, hey, maybe it's time to take a break. So when you begin to track your frequency and catch every trigger, every judgment, every less than thought, every doubt, and then you use the tools. In the course, in the book, I've got this simple daily tracking sheet. You fill it out every night. I'm trying to look around it. My camera's all backwards. What a dork. The hologram's reversed. There it is. So you fill this sheet out and do this for 30 days and be able to track and begin to track your judgments Figure out what triggers you, what you're angry at, who you need to forgive. And I guarantee you, in 30 days or less, your energy will be completely different. You will begin to see the programs. And if you watch the trainings or you go through the personal mentorship with me, you will be mirrored almost every day of the month through messages and on our calls. In the trainings, the PowerPoint trainings, they show you how the ego works, how it reacts to anything that challenges that tiny little belief system. You know, if you've watched any of my lives, the belief system is a prison. It's a prison completely. That doesn't mean that every belief, like if you believe I'm an unlimited being or love is always the answer, those are the only two beliefs I kept. When my mentor got me to see back in 2001, my beliefs weren't even mine. That was the biggest aha moment, mind exploding thing that ever happened to me. All my beliefs came from outside me, all of them. Every single one. My parents, my grandparents, the Catholic school, the television, the media, history, science, it's all been a lie. 99% of it's all been a lie. And it's amazing when you finally wake up to it. It will piss you off at first, but then you'll go, okay, do I believe I came here to be a slave, or does something deeper inside me tell me that I came here to become and remember that I am an unlimited being no matter what, and that's what I always am. And I came here to heal myself and to heal the collective through waking up. And that's what we're doing. And it's happening everywhere. So, number one piece, part one, you must heal. And here's the way to do it. If you're open to the fact that every single thing that happened to you, including all the stuff you didn't like, was part of the soul contract that you chose before you came down here, and then you forgot as part of this roller coaster ride called life, to help and assist the greatest shift in human history. And one of them in the entire universe. All these other planets and beings that we're connected to are watching and observing us. And we are their heroes, because this is the most challenging thing anybody could ever choose. So if you're open to the fact that you chose this as part of your soul contract, and when I was first presented with this concept, I was like, there's no way I would have chosen to go through all this pain and suffering and have my dad die when I was a little kid, and be the only kid in school without a dad, and feeling lost and closed off. But the more I've evolved and questioned and decided to stay here instead of committing suicide in my 20s and 30s, which I've came very close to a few times, I've realized that I chose all this. And the only way that I could be able to end up writing this book and take people through this incredible journey and help them to completely shift everything in their belief system and do the inner healing is that I had to go through it. Because if I didn't experience it, I could read every book and act like, yeah, I'm a wake light worker and, I know all this stuff. No, I had to experience it. And so I thank every single thing that I went through. And when you can thank everything that happened to you and go, what is the gift here? That's when you move beyond it. As long as you're in resentment, you're upset, you're holding lack of forgiveness to other people, nothing's going to shift. So part one, inner healing. If you need assistance with it, reach out, send me a message. We'll set up a session, or you can do the 30 days. You'll never see things the same way after you go through this process. And you can do it yourself. You can get the book. There's an online course that's under $100 with the PowerPoint trainings. Yeah, some things are an investment. Okay? But once you go through the process, you'll never be in lack ever again. And I know that statement right there can trigger people, because the two things, when people come and do this mentorship with me, the two things that almost everybody has in common is fear, things to be healed, and money issues, because the 3D matrix is set up to make everybody think it's lack everywhere. And they're hitting everybody harder than ever right now. Gas prices through the roof, food shortages. They're burning down food corporations. It's an all-out last attempt that's not going to work. But it is affecting some people, definitely. And my heart goes out to them. And our invitation is to hold space for everybody and give them a hand up, okay? But you got to do the inner healing. You've got to begin to catch the triggers and see how the ego wants to justify it. It doesn't mean you're right, ever. What it means is you just had an emotional reaction, and if you don't have the training and practice to catch it, that emotional reaction will trick you into thinking, I'm right. I see it all the time. And that's how they keep everybody stuck in the looping cycles of the lower vibrational 3D matrix. So inner healing. Any questions on that? Pop them in. Number 2, you must dismantle the belief system. It is a prison. I don't care how awake or how much you think you know, that's the ego. My number 1 mantra is, well, one of them is, I know nothing. Because when I say I know nothing, I don't need to be right or wrong. I'm in 0 point. I observe. And if I see something that triggers me or that Larry, my ego, used to judge, now I stay calm and I use my other super powerful 3-word mantra. I just simply go, isn't that interesting? When you adopt that, and instead of being triggered or judgment or pulled into 3D with an automatic reaction, and you can train yourself to go, isn't that interesting? Because every single thing that's happening is to wake people up and to heal them. We came here for this. It's already done. It's fucking done. You can start celebrating now, or you can be focused on all the stuff out there that's bad. It's your choice. And I'm telling you, I've practiced this over and over and over, and it works. So I'm going to go up to the one person that asked me a question. God bless you. She said, my vibe has been so low. How do I begin to raise it again? I've been having an intensely difficult time. It's been quite a while. I'm seemingly forgot my power and magic. I know I'm attracting more of this energy. Okay, first of all, I love you, and thank you for your vulnerability and your honesty, because that's our greatest power. The people that walk around, with their shields up and I know everything, and, it's fear-based. When we can reach out to people and go, you know what, man, I'm having a tough time, but I'm willing to own it. I'm not projecting and saying I'm a victim or anything. This is what she's doing. Okay, so check it out. How do I begin to raise it again? Okay, so when you're feeling low or triggered or in fear or doubt or whatever, you stop immediately. And you take some slow, deep breaths and you smile. Why do you smile? Because it relaxes every one of these trillions of cells in your body. It lets your body know you're safe. And when you take the slow, deep breaths, it stops this from running. And you take a few slow, deep breaths, drop into your heart, and now you're in the conscious observer 0 point. Okay? So now you can navigate anywhere and you can clearly observe, okay, so what you're observing is my vibe's low. I've been having an intensely difficult time. I seem to have forgotten my power and magic. Okay, well, it's still there. Here's the gift, and here's the key. Whenever you get triggered or you feel a low vibration, you stop immediately. This is all taught in the book, the course, and the mentorship. And you stop and you take some breaths and you smile, because there's a gift here. And then you ask the 5-word master question. What is the gift here? Sometimes you may not be able to get the answer of what is the gift in that moment. It happened to me the other night. And I just went, okay, if I can't get it, I'm not going to get frustrated and angry. I'm just going to go, all right, I asked the question. I know that my higher self will deliver the answer. And so the next morning when I woke up, I wasn't in that question frequency energy. I let it go. I wasn't in resistance. And everything was just clear to me, and I knew exactly what the gift was. So number 1, when you feel you're triggered or your vibration's low, stop. and take some slow, deep breaths. And just go, I know there's a gift here. I know there's a gift here. You'll always get it. You're not being punished. It's just that the triggers keep you from seeing the gift because that energy of a judgment, doubt, fear, whatever is low vibrational, and it doesn't allow you to see as the calm, conscious observer who's zoomed out and observing from above. So if you've been having an intensely difficult time, do you consciously create your reality first thing every single morning and throughout the day? Have you set alarms on your phone to go off every hour or every few hours? And so you can stop and go, okay, where's my frequency right now? Because there's only two types of people. There's those that wake up every morning and the 50 to 80,000 thoughts just start running. I got to get up. I got to get ready for school. I got to get the kids ready. I got to get in the shower. I've only got a half hour before I got to jump in traffic and da-da-da-da-da. And they're just running this same program every day, all day long. And what you need to do to survive or to make money, you're going to do it. But if you're not taking 15 minutes to a half hour while your head is still on that pillow, as soon as you wake up out of what we call the sleeping dream, because we're dreaming right now too, right? I love it. When my teacher told me that, I was like, hey, Samantha. I was like, hey, Davia. I was like, really? We're dreaming right now? We don't know. All we know is this is energy and frequency, and it's our thoughts, our beliefs, our words, our imagination, and the frequency that we hold that's creating our reality. Test it out. When you're mad and pissed off and everything, do good things come to you? They normally don't for me. When I wake up every morning and I consciously create my reality before those 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running, and I go over this process in every live I've done. So it's on my YouTube channel, Portal to Awakening. There's hours and hours. If you're serious, the tools are there. It's here. And it's interesting because what can happen a lot of times is the ego will go, yeah, that's really good. I get that. That makes a lot of sense. But then tomorrow, when you wake up, the mind starts running and you don't take the time to commit to consciously create your reality. I'm in a mastermind group right now with some of the most amazing people on the planet. And we're going deep into this. We are creating far beyond the belief system. Most people think that you have to work hard. You have to try. It's difficult. It's hard. They're using all these spell words. And those spell words give the subconscious one direct order. It's difficult and it's not here yet. You've got to eliminate those spell words from your vocabulary. And most people are just using them without even realizing it because they're part of the English language called spelling. So they're not even aware that when they go, I really need to, I'm trying, I'm hoping, I'm wishing, I'm going to, it's all in the future. When you begin to shift your reality and you see everything that you desire is here right now, and you do that every day, you begin to see the stuff just showing up. And I could give you example after example of how it works in my life. And you don't need to figure out the steps. That's the trick of the 3D matrix. I know this is a deep one, but I teach it over and over and over. And again, I'm just talking to Jeff, reminding myself every day, because nothing has changed my life more than using these tools. Nothing. And that's why I share this and do it, because it's the shortest way, it's the easiest way, it's the least resistance way, and you can have fun doing it. But the key is you've got to be able to catch the triggers and the judgments when they happen. So, B, did that help you? Do you have any other questions around how to shift it? Okay. Anybody else have any questions? I'm going to keep this one short. I promised I would. And, I get into this and I just want to frickin' do it because I love this stuff and I want to give everybody the whole download. But it's all over my YouTube channel. And so, again, check it out. Here's the 3 pieces. Let me take off my book up in the top there. Okay, so here's the 3 pieces. If you want to take a screenshot of this, my thing's covering it up. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this if you want. It's inner healing. You have to do it. You must dismantle the belief system because it's a prison. And then you must learn to consciously and intentionally create your reality every single morning and throughout the day and before you go to bed at night. Because here's the gift in that. In the morning, I consciously create my reality because it works every day. I see my clients. I see the wild jungle dogs I'm hanging out with. I see the abundance. I see all the synchronistic people I connect with all around the world. I call in magic and miracles, but it's not really magic and miracles. It's my frequency and my magnet that's always running, whether I'm aware of it or not. So best to program it every single day. And that's how I start off my day, with a hell yeah. And I don't get out of bed or move my head off my pillow until I've envisioned it and I'm vibrating in that excitement. And some days it might take a little bit longer than others, but I never get out of bed until it's a hell yeah. And then I start my day and my momentum is going. You can do it. Anybody can do it. I've never had anybody go through the course with me that hasn't been able to do it. Even children. Parents come in and they go through the course and, they start to fill out the tracking sheet and they share it with their kids. And then their kids are like, Mom, you need to catch that trigger. The kids are excited about the course. They love it. The parents are usually more resistant because they've had 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years where, the programs have been running. The kids love it. Okay? So you can do this. And so I'm going to leave you with that. If anybody's interested in doing the journey, I'm telling you, 30 days, and you will never speak about lack again. You will never judge others. You might have a quick judgment, but you'll catch it immediately. You will never wallow in less than thoughts or anger. Again, it doesn't mean you'll never get triggered. You'll just catch it immediately. You're like, what is the gift? And it's the most life-changing stuff I know. Here's a testimonial from somebody that went through 20 years of seminars and all the top books and everything else. And she's like, it's changed my life more than any book or course I've ever invested in. It gave me the tools to see programs and beliefs that were running underneath the surface that I was not even aware of. And here's the key. And my ego would defend and justify them again and again, causing the same dramas to repeat. This is because they would have an emotional reaction and trigger, and that emotion triggers the body, and then they think that they're right. But that's the trick. And so when you learn to catch that, you shift everything in your reality. I was able to heal deeply hidden wounds from childhood and dismantle so many limiting beliefs and subtle reactionary patterns that were running on automatic. I'm eternally grateful for this. It changed my life in ways that I couldn't see until I experienced it. I mean, this is why I do this. This is it. If you want to shift, learn these tools. And if I can help you, it'd be my absolute honor. Anybody that puts their trust in me, man, I hold space for them every single day, and we have fun. And I can only journey with 4 people a month because I'm committed to people, and that's all I can do. So I have a couple spots open right now. If anybody wants to just get on a call, you want to get on a call, I'll mirror you. It's not a sales call. I don't want you to come and do it if I have to pull you uphill. You'll learn something on the call. Go to the website, fill out the short questionnaire if you desire, and let's do it, And thank you to everybody that shares these transmissions with people, because there's a lot of people out there that are waking up right now. They're getting triggered. They're like, oh my God, I just figured out that every single thing I've been taught by the government, science, school, religion, history, the media is a lie. It's a shock. But that shock needs to happen in order for you to go, all right, let me figure this out now. And this is a way to figure it out. You're not screwed. You came here to do it. Oh, I love this. Thank you, Jeff. Recently got a higher paying job using your method. Awesome, brother. So wonderful. Yep. And we talked about that on our mastermind call last night. There's no amount of money that you can't manifest. It's just that if you're not used to manifesting $1 million, then you may think that that's not possible. And you may be one of those people that goes, I'll believe it when I see it. That means you'll never see it, because you don't believe it. We have to begin to bust that tiny belief system. If you can think about it, here's a key. Download this. If you can imagine it, it already exists in the now. It's already here. There is no future. You must learn this and get this. And you will. We're all learning it. But if you're in resistance to it, then it's just going to take you that much longer. So this is why I'm so excited about these tools. It's completely life-changing. But you must understand that it can be a little bit uncomfortable to go, okay, I can make 10 times more money this year with my business than I did last year. And then the mind usually goes, how? Here's the key. You do not need to figure it out. You don't need to figure it out. You don't need to map out all the steps. We talked about this in depth last night on the mastermind. If you envision it in your subconscious will do the work. Somebody will call you and go, hey, somebody just told me about, they're looking for somebody just like you. It'll just show up. This is the most mind-expanding, these are the most mind-expanding keys ever. All you're invited to do is to get back to being like a little child. A little child before they get squashed in the school system, which was created by the dark ones to steal their imagination, to get them to sit down and shut up, and then to teach them only what to think instead of how to think. The new school system that we're putting together for the children is going to teach them what an emotional trigger is and how your beliefs, your words, your thoughts, and your imagination create your reality. You will never need to go to school for 12 or 16 years ever again and then give up 65 of the best years of your life to be in the system so that you can become retired. It's a spell word. Re means to recycle. Hello. Tired. You know what that means? The new kids will never have to do that. They'll learn what a trigger is. They'll learn how to consciously create their reality. And then if they want to learn anything, they might take a class for a year or whatever to learn how to be a chef or an artist or architect, whatever. That's it. They're done. No more of this 65 years entrapment bullshit. It's over. It's game over. And I don't know about you, but that's something to get really excited about. So I'm going to cut this short. I went way over what I thought I was going to do, but hey, it's only a half hour instead of an hour and a half now. So I am shortening them. I'm learning and growing. Anybody interested in coming in and going through the process, message me or go to the website. Big love to everybody. And thank you to everybody that shares these transmissions. I love this. There's no mistakes. There's no mistakes. You made this happen. So I intend that you got the download. If you didn't, come back and watch the replay. It'll be on my, you're very welcome. Big blessings. All right. Big love from Thailand. It's my Friday, 9:21 a.m. and I'm in the future. I'm going to go hang out with Luna and go feed and take care of some of the wild jungle dogs. Have a great weekend, everybody. If you're interested in connecting, reach out and understand you are creating your reality. You are. Just be open to that. All right. Big love from Thailand. And I'll be back soon. I'll see you in the field.